So welcome to Fax TV. We've got a short turnaround this week. We had Sheffield on Sunday, we've got Keighley this Thursday. 3 in a row. We got there.
We did in the end, yes. A very good performance too. Really good team performance and a tricky wicket, should we say. It was a real postage stamp of a field, but the boys came up trumps. The boys were outstanding, to be fair, from 1 to 17. It was the ultimate team performance.
We saw that with every time they did anything well, they were congratulating each other. Is that what you want to see as a coach? Yeah, that's a tremendous team spirit, and the fans on the forums commenting on how good it looked.
Oh, that's just something the coaching staff brought in a few weeks ago. I won't tell what it's about, but it's a monetary value at the end of it. It just looks good, and it demoralises other teams that we do seem very together on game day. And I think it's quite exciting when everybody sprints in to congratulate the scorer.
Let's talk about your centres. That boy Callum, he was there again, wasn't he, in another position. And Adam,
Robbo,
he seemed to do very well.
Yeah, he was given the short straw. Was Robbo. Callum, with every faith in Callum performing really well. But Robbo was a bit of a risk. He's not played centre for a few years. It was a perfect chance to play him there on a skinny field, but to be up against Menzieri, it was a tough ask for him, and he came out of it on top, did Adam. I thought Adam was fantastic and did himself and the team proud.
Is anything going on with the kickers at the moment? That's my own curiosity. Brownie took a few conversions, and it seems like he missed one, and then Scott took over. Yeah,
Brownie's got a bit of a sore ankle, so when Steve's not playing, Brownie is the kicker, and when he's not playing, Scott's the kicker, so that's just how it is. Brownie got a bit of a sore ankle, so Scott took over.
Speaking to part of the media team, you mentioned that you had some special training set up for the Sheffield game. It's a smaller cone pitch or something?
Oh yeah, we see the share behind us, how vast and wide it is and long. The Sheffield field, I think it's 56 metres wide by about 78 metres long, compared to our 66 wide and 98 long. So it's a big difference how it alters our team set up and shape. So we've had a coned off field all last week and practiced on that, and it paid dividends for us.
Can I ask about your trip down there and the lads getting changed? Was it like the old, I don't know, like jumpers for goalposts at Sal? Because Allerton, because there was some traffic, wasn't there?
We had booked somewhere else to get changed. The facilities at Allerton, and I feel sorry for the Sheffield club because Sheffield Eagles are a really good club, and it's unfortunate what's happened to them with the Don Valley being pulled down and unable to use Bramhall Lane. But the setup at Allerton is not really good. So we had booked Leisure Centre to get changed, but we got stuck in traffic on the way. Outside Hillsborough, we were stuck in traffic for a while, so we actually ended up shelving them plans and just ended up getting changed at Allerton, which weren't the best, to be honest, but we got through it. And the most important thing, I think it galvanised us, and we got the result. We got the 3 points, which was more important than having a comfortable surroundings.
Was it your idea for half-time just to sit up in the stands and let sort themselves out rather than going back inside?
No, that's why we did our pre-match team talk as well. There was not one changing room we could go in. It was about 5 pegs in about 3 different rooms, so we couldn't. There was the only place we could get the boys together was either stay on the field in the sun or go in the unused terracing, and that's what we decided to do.
Karl, we've got some questions from the forum for you this week.
Excellent.
Faxcar has turned around and says, you must be pleased with the new shape, early days yet, but the players and fans look happier. Has it been a different shape, or is it just things are clicking a bit more now?
I think things are just clicking a little bit better at the moment. There's been no drastic change as such.
And he asks, how we put the shape together, is it dependent on who we're playing against, or is it still concentrating on what we're doing? How you pick the team?
We always pick a team to play the opposition. And that's why we do have slightly different formations. Everybody at this level defends slightly differently and play with the ball slightly differently, so we have to be ready for them, and we prepare a few different systems, and So we look at, for example, this week, Keighley have got different deficiencies to what Sheffield Eagles had, so we'll play different again this week to what we did last week. But hopefully we'll still get the same outcome.
On the same ilk, though, do you have a template and it's a case of just fine-tuning it? Or is it, like you say, because you've got different ways you can
No,
play?
we've got different ways.
Okay. So this one is from Greg Floremore's boots. Not exactly his boots, that's probably quite smelly
Let's
by
hope
now.
not, they'll be very old.
Regarding the change, I mean, he's obviously mentioned about player pressure, fan pressure, or it's been down to the coaching staff. Well, like you're saying, it's just about clicking. You think we're just there at the season, the lads are just starting to pull things together?
I don't understand the fan pressure or the player pressure, to be truthful. You know, we try and prepare a team every single week to go up there and do the job, and some weeks it's not been fluent this season, but the boys have tried everything we put in place. All the systems we put in place are through the coaches, and how we played on Sunday was exactly the same shape and setup we had in the first month of the season. But different weather, different conditions, and things slightly worked for us this week.
When you talk about fluency then, is that where we start seeing a lot more offloads from the players who are being a bit more conservative, if you like?
If you win the tackle with the ball, run a little bit harder, play the game a little bit quicker, you've got to create more offloads, and that's what is happening at the moment. And confidence within the team as well. We had a few iffy results, should we say, a few months ago. And when you're short on confidence, you tighten the ball up and play a little bit more straight. But when the confidence is flowing, people have more freedom. We want people to play. We want people to pass the ball. We want people to offload the ball because we want to be a destructive attacking force, and that's what we've seen in the last couple of weeks. And it's all out of the place, to be truthful. You know, they execute what the coach has asked them to do.
Zafod B says, great result and performance at Sheffield. Was there any injuries after this game?
Yeah, Tonker and Brownie have both been for x-rays on hand injuries. Just got the results back this afternoon, and there's no breaks on either of them, which is a bonus. Simon has got a sore thumb, so he may be missing Thursday, but we'll have a bit of a check tonight and see how he is. Tonk should be good to go.
Do we know how long Potts and Cowling are off from returning?
Danny trained at the end of last week, and Potts is in rehab. They're both Danny's probably closer, but maybe a week at the most, maybe 2 weeks tops.
TP23 Fax fan says this season is shaping up to an exciting run-in and hopefully placing the final at Headingley. What are the club's plans began next year? I mean, we know this year is still in the throes of things, but clubs are already talking about next year, the new structure, and I think he's asking about the possibility of the full-time clubs coming down, and I think Lee have already announced they're going to go in full-time.
Lee have been full-time, and we would have thought London will be full-time if they come down. Well, I think they are down, and Bradford will obviously stay full-time. We're definitely saying part-time this season. We've not got the required funds to go full-time, which would be nice, but we've also got to be realistic that the club's bigger than a dream, and we try to be the best part-time club out there. And if you get things right, you can still compete.
Hudshire asks, we seem to concede points still late in the game. What has been done to address this?
Nothing. I think it's just one of them things. We probably should have scored. Menzies scored in the last second of the game from a penalty play, which we probably should have been tackled, but I think it's just one of them unfortunate things. We don't plan to concede late in the game.
I think you've already answered the question from Faxcar. So last question is from Brew. It's felt that we're hitting the form right now. Can we expect to see any further player movement in or out? Or are you happy we just need players back from injury?
Well, we're always looking for players for this season and for next season. But at the moment, we are quite pleased. We had tried to bring a couple of people in, but that was stopped by another club. But other than that, there's going to be no drastic changes between now and the end of the season. What you see is what you get.
Let's roll on to Keighley then. They gave us a great battle last time we were over at Cougar Park. And I think Marchie's on the verge of coming back now. And Paul Hanforth has definitely got the troops fired up. That always gives you concern, doesn't it, for the local derbies? But the way we're playing, is it not concern?
Well, Keith will come. They beat Rochdale at the weekend by 40 points. And they won the week before. I think it was up at Barrow. They're playing, pretty good. And we had a real tough encounter at their place. when I said on Fax TV a few months ago when Halifax played Keighley, there's a lot of ex-Halifax players in the team. No, we need to be ready. We had a tough game last week, and we need to be ready for this one. We need to get some battered bodies patched up tonight and get them back on the field. But no, we want to win this. We can't afford to drop many more points, if any, this season, if we want to be serious about where we want to finish. That's what we intend to do. But Paul Lanford and Jonesy, their halves, are both really dangerous players who can both pass football, got a really good kicking games, and we've got some big men in the middle of the park who we need to handle, and that's what we intend to do.
It's been a while since we've actually had a midweek game. I mean, do you approach the games any differently when it's with such a short turnaround? Or are they lads, when it comes to training, very, very easy and flexible to move things about?
Well, normally we train 3-4 times a week, and with a short turnaround, we're just having one go at it this week. We had the boys in last night. There was a physio clinic last night for anybody who had bumps and bruises. So we just get one go at it tonight, watch some video of Keighley, have a real lightweight session and probably a 30-minute field session just to go through our game prep for Thursday night. But yeah, it's difficult once you've been into Sunday games. You throw a Thursday game, and it is difficult for players to adapt. But I'm sure we will be more than ready. The boys are buzzing at the moment, but we also need to keep our feet firmly on the floor, and that's the coach's job to make sure that happens.
On a side note of that, do you think the lack of TV coverage has actually damaged our league? Possibly. This season, filming would have been a fantastic season. It's been a good championship. Apart from Lee, anybody's beaten anybody. It has been one of them seasons, so there would have been some belting games on TV this season. That's just an unfortunate thing of rugby league in this country at the moment, where we do need more media output, and that's why Halifax are doing our own TV channel, which is brilliant. But the old game needs to get behind the championship, and I'm sure it will. There's deals for Sky to do the playoffs at the end of the season, and hopefully there will be some Division 2 games back on Sky next season. What would you say then for the stay away fans who have just had a bit of a creepy look on Fax TV and they're taking a bit of curiosity what's going on the pitch side? What would you say to them to get them back down?
Come and have a look. Team's trying to say, well, I've got a very workmanlike team. Try to play the game in the right way, scoring some good points, and the longer people stay away, the more it hurts the club, because obviously it affects revenue and income streams, which affects recruitment for next season and the year after and the year after. So it'd be really nice to see this house stand full next week.
Thank you very much, Karl. Good luck against Keighley. Remember to keep your selfies coming in. There's some very, very funny ones in so far. And we'll see you after the Keighley game.